In the previous section, we learned about the importance of recording a deed and how recording provides constructive notice, protects ownership rights, and secures the grantee's legal position in the public record. However, even with proper recording procedures, fraudulent deeds have become an increasing concern in Arizona real estate. Understanding the warning signs or red flags that may indicate a deed is forged, altered, or fraudulently recorded is essential for protecting clients, title companies, and licensees from potential losses and legal complications. A fraudulent deed is a document that is intentionally falsified or recorded with deceptive intent to transfer property ownership without the true owner's knowledge or consent. Such fraud can occur through forged signatures, identity theft, improper notarization, or falsified public records. Because Arizona law presumes the validity of any recorded document, identifying these red flags early is the best line of defense. 1. Inconsistent or suspicious signatures. One of the most common signs of deed fraud is inconsistency in signatures. Under ARS, paragraph 33-401, a valid deed must be signed by the grantor. A forged or mismatched signature, one that looks visibly different from prior recorded documents or lacks stylistic consistency, should immediately raise concern. If the grantor's name is misspelled, abbreviated, or appears in a different handwriting style, it may suggest forgery. For example, if a deed purports to transfer property from James T. Robinson, but the signature appears as J. Robson with irregular pen pressure and no notarial seal, a careful broker or title officer should halt the transaction until verification is complete. 2. Improper or missing notarization. Every deed in Arizona must be acknowledged before a notary public or other authorized official to be eligible for recording. A missing notarial seal, mismatched notary information, or an expired notary commission are all major red flags. Fraudsters often attempt to forge notarial stamps or use online templates to fabricate acknowledgement sections. According to ARS, paragraph 33-513, a notarial acknowledgement must include the notary's name, commission expiration date, and jurisdiction. If any of these elements are missing or appear altered, the document's authenticity should be questioned. 3. Transfers involving unrelated or uninvolved third parties. Deeds that convey property between unrelated individuals without any clear connection or consideration are another warning sign. For example, if a homeowner suddenly gifts property to a stranger, or a deed records a transfer for $0, it could indicate deed theft or identity fraud. Title companies and escrow officers should verify the relationship between grantor and grantee and confirm that the grantor is aware of and has consented to the transfer. 4. Rapid or multiple transfers in a short period. When property ownership changes hands several times within a few weeks or months, it can signal a potential title washing scheme, where fraudsters repeatedly transfer title to confuse records and make it harder to detect ownership fraud. Escrow officers and real estate agents should always review the chain of title through a title report to ensure each prior transfer was legitimate and properly recorded. 5. Missing legal descriptions or incorrect parcel numbers. A deed that lacks a full legal description of the property or contains parcel numbers that do not match the county assessor's records can indicate an attempt to disguise fraudulent intent. The legal description ensures the deed accurately identifies the property being conveyed. An incomplete or inaccurate description may suggest the document was created hastily or deceptively. For instance, a fraudster might record a quitclaim deed that vaguely describes property in Maricopa County without a lot number or meets and bounds description. Such vague language not only fails legal sufficiency, but may conceal fraudulent activity. 6. Out-of-state notarizations or recordings. While not illegal, deeds notarized or executed out of state should be reviewed carefully. Fraudsters often use distant jurisdictions to avoid scrutiny or delay detection. If an Arizona property is transferred using a deed notarized in another state, where the owner has no apparent connection, verification of authenticity is warranted. 7. Deeds recorded without title or escrow involvement. Fraudulent deeds are often recorded without going through escrow or a title company. Title and escrow professionals are trained to verify ownership, confirm identities, and ensure all documents comply with legal standards. When a deed bypasses these safeguards, it increases the likelihood of forgery or misrepresentation. Case example: Estate of Dominguez. Juris Dominguez is an Arizona Court of Appeals case involving a fraudulent or improper transfer of property within a family, and the authority of an estate to challenge that transfer. In the case, real property was transferred shortly before the decedent's death, under circumstances suggesting undue influence, lack of capacity, or improper execution, and the personal representative of the estate sought to set the transfer aside. The court held that when a deed or transfer is obtained through fraud, undue influence, or without proper authority, the estate has standing to challenge it, and such a transfer may be declared void or voidable, depending on the nature of the defect. The case is commonly cited for the principle that courts closely scrutinize intra-family conveyances made near death, especially where one party benefits disproportionately and the decedent's intent or capacity is questionable. Preventive measures for licensees and consumers. Real estate licensees in Arizona have an ethical and statutory obligation under Commissioner's Rule R4281101B to exercise reasonable care and diligence in all transactions. This includes identifying suspicious deeds, verifying ownership through public records, and encouraging clients to use reputable escrow and title services. Homeowners can also take proactive steps by regularly monitoring property records through the county recorder's office or subscription services that alert them to new filings involving their property. Title insurance and fraud alert programs can further protect against losses from forged documents. Discussion: Why is it important for real estate licensees to verify signatures and notarial seals on deeds? Answer: Because verifying authenticity helps prevent fraudulent transfers and ensures that property rights are lawfully conveyed. What is a red flag if a deed shows a property transfer between unrelated parties for zero consideration? Answer: It could indicate potential deed fraud or identity theft. How can property owners protect themselves from fraudulent deeds? Answer: By regularly checking county property records and subscribing to fraud alert programs offered by local recorders. Review summary: Fraudulent deeds are a growing threat to property owners and real estate professionals in Arizona. Recognizing red flags, such as inconsistent signatures, improper notarization, unexplained transfers, rapid changes in ownership, and missing legal descriptions is vital to preventing deed fraud. Real estate professionals have a duty under Arizona law and commissioner's rules to act with diligence and verify the authenticity of documents before facilitating transfers. Prompt recording through proper escrow and title channels, along with vigilant monitoring of property records, helps safeguard against fraudulent activities. Understanding these warning signs not only protects clients, but also upholds the integrity of Arizona's real estate industry.